When you look at this video, the question you have to really ask yourselves, right, chums, is what's the point of it, right? What is the point? This is apparently a private couple that do not want an invasion of privacy, but time and time again, even though they talk about the perils of social media, Meghan threw 6,000 miles away around the world to talk about it to an empty house, basically a bus stop, and totally embarrassing that, wasn't it? Absolutely, totally embarrassing. But she got a free trip, so what does it matter? She got to wear an Armani suit, a bit of slap, and of course, clutch a microphone. So, not really a problem. But of course, the story that they want you to focus on is this, their love story. You see, their team believe, this stuff, honestly, when you find it, it's just incredible. You see, their team believe that what we should be focusing on is the original thing of why we fell in love with Meghan and Harry. Right. Now, I would say that Prince Harry for a long time was very much well-liked within royal circles. People liked him. He drew a big crowd. He was funny, gregarious. He connected well with all of the people that came out. Everything stopped really in and about 2016 when he met Meghan Markle. People might say, you can't say that. Just look at the facts. Everything plummeted. Suddenly, he had problems that he didn't realize he got until somebody told him. You know what I mean? It's all very well Harry's saying he didn't see about therapy and all of that sort of stuff. Everything is available to anybody, and do not forget within the royal circles. Despite what he says, many people have gone through difficult times, as we all know, but privately. And they can be dealt with privately, but seemingly Harry didn't want that. And whatever you want to think, right? Where this gets more interesting is the fact that they've broken, in many people's eyes, their own boundaries of privacy. Now, because as you know, Meghan did a disaster over in Geneva, and what you've got to do, and this is the thing that these celebrities keep doing every time it bombs, right? You've got to realign the story, the narrative, get off that, look at this. Hence the reason suddenly Harry pops out with this cake and all of that business, right? We're all right because this is such a lovely, wonderful love story. And when you think about it, just highlights the fact that if this was such a wonderful love story with a cake that Meghan's apparently spent hours making herself based on her original wedding cake, where's all the friends? Where's all the cards from all the friends? Why is there nobody applauding them? You see? But there are secrets, thank you to the staff member. Let me explain. Hi, Toms. As I say, welcome back, nice to have your company, and as ever, thank you for taking the time out to join me. Today, by the way, I'm glad you enjoyed the story about Lucille Ball. Interesting, isn't it? But, nothing new. You know what I mean? Nothing new when you work in the world of celebrity, and also I would say that she was a megastar and been a megastar for years. What I admired about Lucille Ball was the fact that she took on, studio and made a success herself. When you think about it, in an era in the 50s where studios were closing down, losing out the contract players, that sort of stuff, she did her very best to keep people in work. So I thought she was brilliant in that respect as a businesswoman. People, they think it's just today. People have done it for years. People should be looking at people like Lucille Ball and saying she broke the glass ceiling, as they say, started up her own business, phenomenally successful TV company. But oh no, it's just this generation. It never is, trust me. It's a bit like this, right? When you look at this particular video, sorry, have we had a wave? Yeah, it's tenuous link time, as you know, chumps. You with me, right? The thing is, when you look at this particular video, nobody asked for it. Nobody, right? There was nobody saying, oh, let's get a video out there. It's because of the disaster of Geneva. But this took some say 3 or 4 goes. And it was a simple thing when you think about it. So takes, I should say, it's a northern expression, goes, right? But what you have to remember is this is not just set up, spontaneously. No. There's a lot of detail going into this. The subdued lighting, so you don't see too much of the kitchen, the Olive Garden kitchen, right? And you'll notice that you don't see any children. But you do see some children's artwork, and then Meghan getting the plug-in again for her candles, which are not going to make you a billionaire-esque, Tyree, but consequently that's what you're thinking. So you've got that there, and then Harry came in. The trouble is, right, here's the thing, The first time he came in, the candle went out. Now you have to say, if you are a Meghan Markle purchaser, you should be thrilled that your candle had a wick. You know, there's a bonus for number 1. Number 2, he didn't quite hit the mark and overstepped it, didn't quite get it right as he came in on the second time. So again, they went for the third time. Eventually, they settled on this particular third take. And don't believe that this was made just on their wedding anniversary day. Oh, no, no, no. This was thought and planned out long in advance. This is Meghan now taking control of her narrative, and she brought this piece out to you when she was, I think, speaking to the woman at Bloomberg, and she said she wanted to make more curated pieces, with more authenticity, etc. Now, the only dark side that they decided not to come up with was, if you remember this video a couple of months back now, where they were dancing in the garden of their Montecito mansion, and we were supposed to believe that this particular video was put together, filmed by a 4-year-old, right? So you see what I mean? This is how stupid they think you are. Actually, the person filming this is a staff member, one of their dwindling staff members, right? So the staff member filmed it on an iPhone. It's very simply edited. It's not a big camera, do anything like that. But the thing is, they wanted to get this out there to prove that this is their love story, the penguin, you know? Now, if that particular picture meant so much to their love story, wouldn't that be up in a room somewhere? Yeah, wouldn't it? I mean, it just makes sense, right? And also, if she loves artwork so much, and I throw this out with love, of course, Lamar, where's the picture that you were graciously given when you were over in Australia? And if you're having a dark moment and you needed some support from people, you just needed to look at this picture and everything would be right. As I told you, no use to Meghan, not her ownership, not interested in it. This is a narrative that she wanted you to look at. But the bottom line about this is, Harry's not getting any better at being celibate, hence the fact he was relegated this time around to just coming in, clutching the cake, right? And if you think about it, also there's another version, plus the fact there's a third part to this. Don't know if we're ever going to see it though. What do you think, Meghan? Deschênes in the heart of the United Kingdom.